Carlos and I met in junior high. We dated up until high school, and in high school we got pregnant at the age of 15. So we didn't know if we were going to end up together or become a family and get married. We really didn't know because we were so young. After Jeremiah was born, I began to see a lot of change in Carlos. Being a dad at 16 isn't easy, and during that year Carlos made the decision to give his life to God.
After Jeremiah was born, I really started reflecting on my life and evaluating my life as an adult, seeing what kind of man I really wanted to be. I was only 16, but I still had the responsibilities of a father, being a dad, being a provider. There just came a time when I felt like God really said to me that, there's only so much that I could do, but if I really, surrender my life and put my life in the hands of Christ, there's no roof. So in 2008 was when Pastor Sonny challenged us to give 20%. Now that Pastor Al was going to be pastor of the church. So that's I felt like that was the first test God put in my life as a sign of surrender to Him. I felt like God really challenged me, so I took the step of faith and gave 20%. It was first for 3 months, and then Pastor Al challenged us for a little bit longer. So I actually ended up giving 20% the whole year, and in that year is when everything really lined up. That year we were able to get married in a beautiful church, around beautiful family and beautiful friends. It was just a great time. It was everything Lydia ever wanted. After we got married towards the end of the year, a new position opened up for me at another job to become a manager of a small business, a family-owned business, with a salary that, some people would just laugh at if they heard. It was really God's way of blessing me as far as my sacrifice that I gave that year. Last year our church got challenged to give a pledge to give a facelift to our sanctuary, and it's, for me, giving in something that just, there's no question about it anymore. We took the highest pledge, and within that year was really a challenging year because we were actually saving up to buy a home. It was funny that the pledge, last year's pledge, was to fix up God's home and His worship house, basically, for the people. And it all kind of clicked down the road. Once we took care of God's house, God really took care of us in our house. And after we fulfilled our pledge last year for a sanctuary, that's when God really opened up the doors for us, for something really big in our lives. It was in November that God really opened the door for us to own a home. I was still in awe. I couldn't believe it. It was me and my wife. We were doing it. We were 20 years old, and here we are signing our first home documents as homeowners. And I know that it was all because of God and His faithfulness. Being faithful to Him, and He in return is being faithful to us. So I'm really excited about the pledge this year that Pastor Al is taking for a new church, a new building. I think it's time for us to really explore what we can really do in this city, and I feel like Pastor Al is really spearheading and he's going in the right direction, and we're behind him as a family 100%, whatever he needs. We see the future for our church and it looks bright. I want my kids to have a beautiful church, a church where they can bring all their buddies, all their friends, and just have a good time. Same thing, we're believing God for the highest pledge. And it's going to be by faith. It's going to be a big step for us, and I know that it's another challenge from God, really, to really test our faith and grow our faith. So we're really excited about the things that are going to happen in our church, and really the direction that Pastor Al is going in.
It's overwhelming for me when I think about everything that God has done in our life and where He's going to take us. I get really excited because I know that this isn't just about us. Us giving of ourselves sacrificially isn't just about us, it's about our children, it's about our family, and it's not about God returning everything to us in a financial way, but it's our boys getting saved. It's our boys, using their talents and their gifts for God. It's our family members getting saved. It's God working in our family through our giving.